the center console cleaned up, and it's close to being ready to go back together. And if you noticed earlier, the dashboard of the console was pretty worn out and beaten up, so we're going to go ahead and kind of revamp it a little bit. Plus we have some new switches and controls that we want to put in it, so we're going to kind of retrofit it so it fits and looks a little bit nicer than it did. So it was pretty well beat up. Now the old cover for the dashboard, this is it here, and it's a real thin piece of plexiglass or plastic on the top here that was glued over a template or base that was here. And as you can see, it's pretty, I mean, it's got the label and everything on here, but it's pretty beat up and weather worn and so on. So the plan is that we're going to reuse this backing plate here, and I'm going to cut out this a little bit better so we can fit the new pieces that we're putting on. We've got a bank of switches instead of individuals like we had before, as well as we're going to replace what was the cigarette lighter with a new cigarette lighter, but also a USB power port. And we're going to keep these two over here, which were the fuel level and temperature, I think, or battery, excuse me, was the fuel tank and then the battery level. Now this was the TAC or engine meter, but it was an engine meter from the original engine that was on the boat and did not work. It was, I think, a Yamaha and doesn't work with the Tohatsu. So for now, we haven't found a replacement yet that's within our price range we want to pay right now. So I'm not gonna cut this out in the new top piece, but I'll leave it blank until we find one and I know what actual size we need. And this is the cutout for the steering wheel. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna basically cut this out to fit the new pieces, make sure everything fits there, and then we'll go ahead and we have a colored piece of acrylic. As you can see, it's a nice dark blue here, so we're going to cut this out to match this piece here, just to give it some color, and then make sure everything fits right, and then we'll put it back together and I'll wire up the center console. So we'll see how the switches work and get everything back in and working. We're getting closer to getting the boat together. is our result. We got our fuel and electric gauges. We have our accessories, all our switches. And it looks a little better than the old green one. Now we'll go through, I still have to wire it. And we'll label each of the switches. Got our new compass here. Probably a little bigger than we need, but hey. Go out, all out anyway. But I need to wire everything up, get it ready. We have a new door for the side. The hinges were broken on the old one, so we replaced that door as well. But she's ready to go. I just need to figure out how to get all the wiring the way it needs to be, and then I'll be able to put her back in.